Well, good morning. Welcome to my writing class. Professor Kent Lee here. This is Advanced English Writing or Composition. I'm not sure if the university has an official English name for the class. It's either composition or writing. I kind of put both. Well, my name is Kent Lee, and if you've not had me before, you might be surprised. I've got a last name of Lee. I'm not Korean or Chinese. Lee is an Old English word. You can look it up in the dictionary. It's an Old English word. You see it in older English writing, literature, and such. It refers to the side of a mountain that is protected from the wind. Or in Old English, it was a word for like a meadow or pasture. Well, I'm going to go through some introductory stuff. Let's see, the schedule is a little bit weird because this class is staggered, 2 hours on one day, 1 hour on the other day. So it's kind of weird, especially because I had to suddenly change it back to an online course. I was going to do a live class. I think a lot of us were hoping to. Things kind of got crazy with the recent explosion in Omicron. And so all of us in the department are going back to online courses. For a writing class, I don't think live Zoom sessions make sense every time. So we'll do some Zoom sessions. About 1/3 of the sessions will be Zoom, and 2/3 will be video lectures. And the schedule is a little bit irregular the first couple of weeks because there's the election holiday next week. Kind of makes things hard, and I don't want to get behind. Because of this, there's some stuff I really want to discuss in class, in live class. That's kind of important. First, so the first couple weeks there's more live classes in Zoom, and then from week 3 we'll go back to the regular schedule, 1 Zoom class, 2 video lectures per week, and more on that later. So there's my contact, and you got the syllabus. Hopefully, the version that's online, the official version that you see directly in the LMS or the portal or the course registration, that's been modified. I can't change it once I first upload it, a couple months ago. But I did send you a link in the LMS to a revised version of the syllabus, which you should have. You should access the revised version, see the LMS announcements for that. So I've contact information about me. I have multiple email addresses. And such. A little bit of a description of the course. This is kind of advanced academic writing, so I've changed the course this semester and kind of made it more focused than it was before, and also kind of more different from my intermediate writing class, as I've had time to develop more materials to make the two courses kind of more different. We will be using stuff in the LMS and my class website in Zoom sessions, and for Zoom sessions I will have a shared Google document for us to work on in Zoom sessions. I'll send you those links later. But first, about the nature of the course. This is primarily for juniors and seniors. It kind of assumes you've got a junior or senior level knowledge of your area. It's open to different areas. People in the English department who are probably focusing on linguistics, language education, literature, culture studies. It's also open to people from different departments, and actually you're quite welcome here if you're from a different department. This is focused on improving English writing skills, and that's not an easy thing to do in a class, especially an online class. It's something you learn by doing, so I'm mainly going to have you do stuff. That's the best way. We will sometimes talk about style and grammar issues. I'll probably have to add some more into the syllabus, into the schedule later than what I've got planned, hopefully, although that's hard to do through Zoom sessions. Probably some homework assignments. So you're going to be learning more about writing in your field. I'm going to have you think about your field, whether you're literature or linguistics or philosophy or engineering, whatever. I'm going to have you think more about the nature of your field and writing in your field, so you'll better understand your field of study. This is not just about writing, it's about research and understanding your field. And we'll talk about, improving your writing process, so how you go about doing writing. And so we will learn by collaborating, with classmates from different kind of backgrounds in different fields. And so the theme is here in the way I've revised the course, there's more of a focus now on research and research methods, because that really shapes the writing. So this course is kind of for, well, those of you who just want to write better research papers in college, especially for your junior and senior year, your advanced courses, better research paper writing skills for college. And that will carry on into other things. Maybe some of you want to go on for grad school, like a master's or a PhD. And this course is definitely for you. We're going to talk about some types of writing that you'll be doing in those kinds of programs. Or you want to do some other kind of research writing, you want to work for a research institute, or you want to become a teacher, or do other kinds of fairly high-level professional writing in English, technical writing. And those are areas where there are jobs out there for you: technical writing, and professional writing, legal writing, science writing, things like that. There are jobs out there for you. And so the things we cover in this class will help you get a job, I think, hopefully. This is for people who want to, do research writing or professional writing in their careers. It can be fun. The format. So again, this is going to be largely video lectures, which I think is more suitable for writing. Sometimes I'll have you watch a lecture about something, and then in class we will talk about it, or we'll kind of talk about something first in class, and then you're going to watch a follow-up lecture that will explain more about the topic. And especially with the weird schedule that we've got, some things will be out of order, especially the first couple of weeks, and they won't be quite the same for the two sections of this class. So sorry about that. Especially if things are kind of really complicating and confusing with the schedule, the Zoom sessions and video sessions. Okay, so materials for the class. I am working on a PDF version of the course book. I write my own books. I don't like published writing books. A lot of the published writing books just aren't really, I think, well suited for, a particular class at a particular university. So I've kind of put together my own booklet. I'll make the PDF available for you this semester. It will look something like this. If you want to take it to a print shop and print out a copy, that's probably a good idea. It might cost maybe 10,000 won to do that, about $10. That would be fine. It will look something like this. I'll make the PDF available in the LMS in a little bit. Again, LMS materials and a online Google Doc, which we will all use together as a class during our Zoom sessions, and a class website. Now, some things will be on the class website too. We'll use that occasionally, course website. And the book, by the way, will have a revised version of the syllabus, although there is also a link to the syllabus, the new syllabus in the LMS announcements. So you need to pay attention to the LMS announcements pretty regularly. Stuff will be there, as well as assignments and stuff. So let's talk about the schedule. The first week we'll talk about some kind of basic concepts, genre or kinds of academic writing, and start talking about the writing process. That is how you go about writing when you have like major writing assignments, and how well that works for you. What are some different options and such for your writing process and strategies. Then we're going to start looking at some different academic research articles and sources. And by article, I mean, well, in Korean, sononmun, like a published research article. That's called an article, a research article. Not, I think, often sononmun no get translated as thesis, and that's not really accurate for this. Talk more about that later. Then we get into kind of what I call professional writing. That is, I'm using the term a bit loosely here. Different kinds of academic and professional writing, not only for college, but for graduate school and other contexts that are forms of academic writing that are kind of more professional or career related, or research related, or even related to graduate school and the kind of research you do there, and research jobs and teaching jobs. So a number of different documents we'll talk about. A statement of purpose for applying for graduate school, a CV for applying for an academic job, CVs and cover letters. The CV is like an academic resume for applying for an academic or research job. Research proposals, which will be relevant possibly to, well, writing a paper in an advanced college course or graduate school program. Maybe grant writing, grant applications, teaching statements. If you want to get a teaching job, you may have to write a teaching statement, and we'll talk about how to do that, how to talk about your teaching philosophy and what that is, and how to kind of figure out your teaching philosophy and write about it for a teaching statement. Research statements, if you're applying for a professorship or research jobs, other kinds of documents we'll talk about, as well as parts of research papers that you might write in college or in graduate school, like abstracts and lit reviews. And for the midterm, you'll have an option of maybe doing one of those kinds of documents that we talk about in this professional writing unit. You'll have an option choice. You can go to the website. Some options are there now on the class website for your midterm. Different things you can choose for your midterm. Then we'll talk about in the second part of the semester, your academic field and what things like theories and paradigms, which are ways of understanding what your field is about, what people in your field do. And it's helpful for understanding your field of study and maybe for talking intelligently with people from other fields. You can have intelligent conversations with people from fields that you don't know about. And that can be helpful, and how that shapes the nature of writing in your field. And that can be helpful even if you don't get a job in this kind of stuff. Maybe you'll get a job in something different. Well, this can help you maybe understand these kinds of differences and how you need to adapt. Got a job as an English major focusing on literature, and you end up working in a company doing technical writing. This might help you with that kind of stuff. And we'll talk more about, hopefully add some more stuff here into the schedule about style and grammar issues somehow. Got a little bit. Citation systems. We'll talk about citation systems, how you cite and reference sources in your papers. Very important, especially for academic writing. I will allow you to use whatever system you want to. In my intermediate writing class, I talked about Chicago, the different Chicago systems, Chicago Manual of Style, and you can use that in my class. But I'm also going to talk about the APA style, which is used a lot in research writing in education and social sciences, linguistics, and MLA, which is used in literature studies. Then there will be a final paper. Now for the final paper, different options. You might be able to take something you did for the midterm and expand on it. Or if you're doing a paper right now this semester in another class, a major like final paper, research essay in another class, you can use it in my class. Aren't I nice? Yes, sometimes. Not too often, but sometimes I'm nice. That's an option. You can write a completely different paper. You could, for the midterm, you could write a proposal. So one option for the midterm is like a research paper proposal. It could be something just for this class, or it could be something you're doing in another class. You've got a major paper due at the end of the semester in another class. Hey, use the midterm as an option. Pick the paper proposal, research paper proposal option for the midterm, and kind of put together some ideas for a paper you want to write about, and then develop that into the final paper. The final paper for this class should be a full research paper or research essay or academic essay, a full-length paper or essay. And that will be due around week 15. Then the last paper, kind of a self-reflection paper. So in addition to major writing assignments, I'll talk more about types of assignments later on, actually, a little bit. So let me first talk about the schedule. We've got some holidays, quite a few holidays. I will make those up through video lectures, and so there's a schedule in there. A little bit about the evaluation, that is how you're graded. Your attendance is a little bit of your grade, of course. various kinds of homework and minor assignments. We'll have some Google Form assignments. There will be especially a lot of these little Google Form assignments, short assignments at the beginning of the semester. Sometimes the first one is just information about you and some survey data I want to collect from you, which I might use for my own research. If you don't want your personal data to be used for my research, you can, at the end of the form, you can say, I don't want my personal data used. That's fine. Doesn't affect your grade. The first Google form is kind of some survey data, and if you just fill that out completely, you get like the full 10 points for that form. Doesn't matter. And there'll be a couple of other forms, Google Forms, that are designed to help you with the writing process assignments. And if you just do those kinds of assignments, I grade on effort. For a lot of the minor assignments, I grade mainly on effort. So if you just do those, honestly, I don't care about the answers you give as long as you're honest and you do this faithfully, you get your full credit. There'll be some slightly longer homework assignments where you write a paragraph or several paragraphs. So those would be like worth maybe 100 points, for example. So I've like little 10-point assignments like Google Forms, quite a lot of those at first. And then from time to time, maybe write, a paragraph or two about this topic, 100 points. And at the end of the semester, add up all the points and convert, all those points to like a regular 100-point score for your homework or general assignment grade. That's explained in the syllabus. Midterm, final essay, and then some short reflective papers. So mainly two. The first big assignment in this class will be the writing process paper. You're going to write about your writing process. That sounds fun. At the end of the semester, you're going to write another short self-reflective essay about, what you've learned this semester and how you've done. There's more on that in the book you can look at later. So we've got some shorter essay assignments, midterm, final essays. A lot of the assignments will be due through the LMS, where I will still post grades. For a lot of things, for general homework assignments and such, I will grade largely on effort. I'm not expecting perfection. Effort is what I'm mainly looking for. There are a number of other things in the syllabus that you should read through. Attendance policies. There are penalties for missing too many classes. For excused absences, as far as I know, the university doesn't have anything for that. They did last semester for vaccinations, but I don't know of a general thing that they have for an excused absence. So I will have a Google form available if you need to miss class due to illness, family emergency, or something like that. I'll have a Google form for you to fill out to submit for those kinds of things. And there's information on contacting me. If you're using a Korean email address and for something important, an important question, or submitting an assignment, like for some reason you couldn't do it in the LMS, occasionally the LMS acts buggy when you submit assignments, or just you had circumstances and you have to submit it late past the due date. Okay, important things, send it to two of my email addresses. I've got several email addresses in here especially for important things. If you're using a Korean email address, maybe use my Korean email addresses. If you're using an international email address, say Google, Gmail, use my international email addresses, or both. Actually, that's safer, as sometimes things get lost. I usually do my best to reply to emails, although I can't always check it outside of class. I do my best. There are some other things you should look at in the book. After the syllabus in the book, there's an intro section. There's some kind of tips on software. You don't have to use Microsoft Word if you don't have it. Don't need to steal it. There's some other good programs out there. I'll have information on that in the book. Some kind of practical tips for software and for doing Google searches when you need to search for stuff for your papers that you're writing. And then the next section of the book is about the writing process. That's our first actual unit. There's quite a lot there. And there will be some other links on the class website. Okay, for Zoom sessions, I'm not sure how I'm going to do exactly. I'm not sure quite exactly how I'm going to do Zoom. Having some trouble with my Zoom account right now. There are two ways I could do it. I could have like one Zoom link for every class session, for every Zoom session we do throughout the semester. And that's one way, in which case I have to say, okay, type in your student ID number in the Zoom chat space every time, every class session. We could do that. Or I could do it through the LMS. I don't know if you have registered your Zoom account with the LMS. If all of you have done that, then I could schedule Zoom sessions in the LMS and it automatically records your attendance. That would be kind of easier for me in terms of tracking attendance, but it means I can't use the same like session IDs. Every time you have to go into the LMS every morning and then log in through the LMS to the Zoom session, which is maybe more complicated for you and for my Zoom account too. So I'm not sure what we'll do. Also, I'm not sure if we're going to do online for the whole semester. I mean, the health situation could suddenly get a lot better by mid-semester, and maybe most other professors will want to go back to live classes. I might want to also, if that's possible. It's just so much better to do a live class, but I know a few of you might not be able to make a live class because you're not living, near campus or in Busan right now, or maybe like happen to catch coronavirus and not be able to come. I'll try to work out something for those of you in that situation if we do change back to live classes. But for now, it's online. So generally, Zoom sessions, a little kind of maybe the first 2 weeks, probably more Zoom sessions than usual, so we don't fall behind and kind of deal with the holidays coming up. And starting from week 3, it's generally one Zoom session per week, 2 video sessions per week. And then for like holidays and such, video sessions to make up for those holidays. I would prefer to make those up right afterwards, right after the holiday, instead of during week 15. For a lot of classes, the policy here is if there's a holiday, we make it up during week 15, but that's, especially with so many holidays here this semester, that's just going to be problematic. I'll have video session makeups right for that holiday time, that holiday period, so we don't fall behind. Okay, if you have questions, post them in the LMS or bring them to class during our first Zoom session. Another note about the videos. Some of the videos will be recorded specifically for this class. There'll be new videos. Sometimes I will reuse old videos from last year or before. And then some videos, if I think this is also a video that the general public would benefit from, because these videos are on my YouTube channel anyway, so I might also make it for my YouTube channel purposes. So that means it's recorded primarily for this class, but I'll put a pretty intro theme and music, and for my YouTube channel, that means I'm not recording this just for my YouTube channel. I'm recording it primarily for you, but hey, the public would benefit from this too. So don't worry, I'm not doing it just for marketing my channel. The videos are mainly for you, but they will be available for the general public too. So don't be concerned if you see like a video with a nice pretty intro and such, because it's still mainly made for you, not because I want YouTube revenue. I don't make money from YouTube anyway, by the way. My channel is too small for that. So any questions, ask them in class the first couple weeks. I'm not going to check attendance the first week or 2 of class, by the way, so don't worry about attendance, but do read the attendance policy in the syllabus, because your attendance grade will be deducted, penalized, if you have too many absences. I think it's more than 2. Okay, so that's all I can think of. When the book is available, look at the first section, the syllabus, and the sections after that in kind of like the first chapter, the first section of the book. Look through all of that because that's important stuff too. All right, good luck this semester. I look forward to meeting you, at least in Zoom and maybe hopefully later in a live class. Good luck, take care, and I will see you in class. Goodbye.